How you doing, guys? It's Chris from Harbor Fish. We're here to do another recipe with you guys, another quick, easy dinner recipe. So we're going to be highlighting Dayboat scallops. It's our scallop season in Maine, so you are going to find an abundance of delicious scallops in our market. We are going to do a little bit of a classic French recipe called a Scallop Grenobloise. It comes from the Grenoble region of France. I kind of do like a little different take on the classic recipe, but the kind of recipe follows, there is capers in there. We have some bell pepper as well as some jalapeno. The classic recipe just calls for jalapeno, but we added some bell pepper for some more flavor. I'm going to throw some leeks in there as well. A little bit of white wine. And then you're going to take a lemon. Half of your lemon, you're just going to take the pith out and everything, and you're just going to mince it up. So you're left with that, and then you want to keep your other half just for juice. And then in addition to that, some butter. You're looking for like 4 or 5 tablespoons of butter. You might need more, you might need less. And then some parsley. To start off this recipe, we're going to sear the scallops, so you just want to season it in salt and pepper. I just made a mix of salt and pepper. You can salt and pepper them, but you're just going to want to do salt and pepper, and you're going to get a really, really nice sear on either side. While those are searing, it'll be a perfect time for you to start building your sauce. And pretty much when they all come together, once they're all done, they're all going to come together from there. We're going to start off searing some scallops. So first, a little bit of oil in your pan. Make sure your pan is hot before you start this process, or you're just going to kind of get some oil-soaked scallops, which you don't want. When you're searing anything, just try to give them a little bit of room just so they can breathe in the pan a little bit, and you get a nice sear on all sides. Alright, so we got our scallops seared on one side. We're finishing on the other side right now. You just want to kind of wait until they release themselves. If you have a non-stick pan, they'll release a lot easier. If you have a non-stick pan, just kind of wait until they release. Make sure your heat is right, and you'll be perfect. While those scallops are finishing though, we're going to start building the sauce. So the first thing we're going to go in with is butter. You want to go kind of lower on this. You don't want to go super, super high on the heat. You want to kind of keep those butter and milk fats all together so you don't separate the butter. As that's starting to melt, that's when you're going to start adding in your veg. There's no particular order to this. It's kind of however you wish, but as that butter's melting, I kind of like to bring my veg with it. So I'm going to go in with those bell peppers and jalapenos. And I'm going to go in with the leeks. So for now, you're going to hold on those 2 veg while this is heating up. Keep kind of stirring them around over there. You can see that's kind of what we're looking for. We're not trying to separate any of the milk fats or anything from the butter. It's going to build you a nicer sauce. You can adjust your heat as varies. We're starting to see some bubbling, so we're going to kind of get down heat a little bit. My rule of thumb when I usually do this sauce is once I throw the butter in, I wait until all my butter is melted, and then I'll go ahead and start adding the capers and the lemon. So at this point, we're at a good point to throw some capers in. You can crush them up if you want. You can leave them whole. You can use salted capers. If you use salted capers, just make sure you rinse them because they will be very salty. These are just from a jar, so just strain as much liquid out as you can when you do it. You know, straight in with capers, it's not a lot. Capers are going to be really salty, so you're not going to need a ton of them. As you can see, there's this recipe is really colorful, which is really nice. It's got a really nice citrus tone to it. And this is also a multi-use recipe. We're going to do it on scallops today. It would be very well with halibut, cod cheeks, which we just got in both stores today. You could do shrimp with it, any kind of whitefish. Black cod would be absolutely fantastic with it. So once we're kind of at that point now, sauce is kind of coming together, the onions and everything is starting to come in with the temp. We're going to add our lemon in there. We're just going to add the lemon pits right now, just to give it some flavor. Get that mixed up, and then we're going to go in with some white wine. You can kind of vary the white wine. This is like 1/4 of a cup. You can kind of vary, and you want to let that cook off a little bit so we can get some of that alcohol to cook off. Depending on if you use salted butter or unsalted butter, either way it will work. Just remember, if you're using unsalted butter, you're going to need to add a little bit of salt to it. Capers are going to give you some salt, so make sure you taste your recipe as you're going, because you're at risk of over salting here. So that's going to reduce a little bit. While that's starting to reduce, I'm going to go the other half of our lemon and squeeze the juice into it. Make sure you take all your seeds out of your lemon and everything. All right, so we got that sauce reduced down now. You want to get it nice and reduced. You see everything's kind of coming together right here now. You still got a good amount of butter in the pan. That's what you're looking for. That's going to be the basis of your sauce. You want to just kind of sweat the vegetables down so you get as much flavor out of them as possible. Once we're down at this stage, I use like half a bunch of parsley here. You can use more or less. We're just going to go in with some fresh parsley. And just combine all of that. You're not trying to really cook down the parsley. It's just going to kind of add some flavor to it. As you can see, it thickens up the sauce a little bit more. We're using this term sauce lightly. It's going to be more of a florally mix of vegetables at this point. You can see our scallops are done, nice and seared over here. While that is all coming together, we're going to start plating up some of our scallops. So like I said, this recipe can be by itself with just scallops. You could put it on fish. You could put it on pasta too if you wanted to. So we're going to go in right there with all those scallops. And then right over the top of each scallop, we're going to give it a little bit of all this good sauce we just cooked up. So that's your finished product right there. Like I said, I just did it scallops with the sauce on top. This would be very good over pasta. You could switch up the seafood and do any seafood you want to. You could do halibut, shrimp, cod cheeks, black cod would be fantastic. All this stuff you can find definitely in the Scarborough market through Rosemont. You can find some of this stuff in the Portland store as well, definitely the scallops. So please come in, please come see us, grab some scallops, grab anything else, and try out this recipe. Let us know how it is. Thank you.